through a demon's armored chest like it's a children's paper mache art project, but can't bust through 3 planks of wood.
Yeah, because it's a fucking video game, dude. Okay, just fucking grit your teeth and bear it.
This is directly ripped from God of War.
Again, like directly ripped from God of War. Okay, bad thing. I'm sorry. Can you reinvent the wheel? Like if a mechanic in a game works and is satisfying to a player, what is wrong with developers taking that, doing their own little spin, and implementing it in their own game? What the fuck is the problem with that?
It wasn't something you skillfully manufactured yourself. It was set up by the developers, and the enemy.
This is just so pretentious. Like I see the problem. Yeah, no, it doesn't help that he's fucking British. It's like, what if the game is made to just have dumb fun? Is that a problem? I don't know how that's a bad thing. What is the argument as to how that is a bad thing?
Meaning the majority of my run was this Van Helsing cosplay kit running stakes into demons like it was going out of fashion.
You make that sound fucking awesome, but you're like, this is a complaint. Like, ironic. I keep repeating it because this is just the go-to, like, instant defense of this game. Is like, it's Doom. Like, it's always been like this.
Used to make us care about its characters more. Doom doesn't have any of that subtlety, and I don't expect it to. It's fucking Doom.
Oh my god. How did you make this video and, like, acknowledge this? How the fuck?
Why didn't I use other weapons? Well, within a couple missions of finding this gun, I had it and the shield fully upgraded, so why would I intentionally make myself...
Oh my god, it's the fucking Mayo shit again. It's the under the Mayo Ultra Kill video all over again. It's like,
what's this motherfucking thing? The Saturn burger?
What's this? Doom Dark Ages?
Oh, you're pumped for Doom the Dark Ages, are you? Well, yeah, you're the perfect demographic, aren't you? Well, no, I don't think you're dumb, but the designers of Doom might think you are. Let me explain. So Doom comes from a prestigious lineage, the series dating back to 1993, 31 years of iteration of this beloved formula. But even with this iteration, this DNA of collecting red and blue keycards in labyrinthine hallways persists. But in recent cases, Doom has been shifting to include designs from other popular titles in a way that feels ham-fisted. Well, no, they don't actually have ham for fists, Ludo. Food is like a
Oh my god, I fucking hate British humor like this so much. It's like so just dumb and not funny.
Down. In the Dark Ages, just like the developers did in Eternal, they've attempted to freshen up exploration between combat by adding platforming elements, but the problem lay in how these designs have been approached, because it seems as if Doom the Dark Ages designers think you're dumb.
Based Hyperlight Drifter music? Okay, I like this dude now. I agree with everything he's about to say.
First of all, the game leaves nothing up to the player's interpretation. Paths for progression.
I 100% no, 100%. I feel like I'm literally just going to agree with this video, but I still like Doom: The Dark Ages. I still like it. It is unfortunate that it sacrifices complexity for appeal. Which is just like, it's not. I mean, it's like I said with the whole Dark Souls thing. Just wait. Wait, what? I mean, well, okay, if it gets badder, then yeah. But like, just on this point real quick, like, it is unfortunate that it sacrifices complexity, because complexity, at least to me, it makes things more interesting. Like I said with TF2 is very, very it looks on its face stupid, but TF2 is a very, very fucking complicated game. There's a lot of factors that go into rocket jumping and sticky jumping and doing all those fucking crazy tricks and shit. I like stuff like that. I like it when things have a high skill ceiling like that. But yeah, like, and it sucks, like, it's dumbed down, but like, Doom's always been like that. That's the thing, dude. It's always been like that. It's always been just dumb fun. It's not supposed to be like highbrow, super fucking mega intelligent stuff. It's supposed to be like, you have an interesting fucking map layout, go room to room, kill demons, and have fun. You know, that's the whole point.
Are clearly signified by non-diegetic symbols telling you where to go and even what mechanic is needed to get past it. Now, I
mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with that per se. Like having like a giant circle, like, yeah, shield bash here or whatever the fuck. Like, would it be better if they just didn't do that and you were just left to assume that you could move a thing Like, I don't know if that would make it better.
I can forgive this if it's on a map, but through all standard exploration, having the player see a key through a window, that's not enough. They need to have a floating line coming off it so you can see its location from all possible angles.
Well, I mean, it's just just makes it
Not
easier.
only is what to do clearly signposted, so there's no sense of discovery or problem solving, but you can only climb what the devs see fit, only grapple where they tell you can do so.
that?
For example,
Oh, the shield bash thing is a reminder to the players that they could do that. Well, it's just a show like, hey, well, yeah, that you can. Well, not only that you could do that, but to give an indicator like this is an object you're supposed to move, right? Like to progress, right? Which is like, sure, could have been a lot more subtle. I guess it could have been a lot more subtle. I don't think that would have made the game better. I don't know how that would meaningfully make the game better.
these green corpses protruding from the walls somehow mean that you can grapple to them. They just yoink you up from point A to point B. And considering these are never used in combat scenarios, they might as well have just been stairs for what they do mechanically. And this extends to any and all interactions with traversal, all overly signified busy work that even at its strongest points when used to hide secrets, just break immersion. Do you know what really fucks with the...
I guess so, but I mean, like, I don't know. Like, it's like the game looks like a game, right? Like, I don't know. It feels like you don't know what you want in a Doom game. Like, and I don't mean that condescendingly. It's just like Doom has sort of like always been like not focused on immersion. It's always been like it's not like it's a fucking RPG or anything like that. It's like it's a FPS. It's an action shooter, right? Like it's supposed to be ridiculous, over the top fucking bullshit, right? It's a fucking video game, yeah, basically. Well, I mean, video games can be immersive. Dark Souls is immersive. Dark Souls is pretty immersive. I would imagine most RPGs are that are like heavily story based. Those are very immersive experiences, and those aren't like bad things. Those are good things. But like Doom isn't focused on selling you this super intense immersive story. It's supposed to be entirely focused on the gameplay. The gameplay is the big thing, right? And it does. I will admit this. It is dumbed down. Okay, it is dumbed down for a general audience, right? But I don't think that's bad. I think people, you know what I think the biggest problem is with like media in general is that I think, and this is just off the hip. I think too many people out there think it's bad to be dumb, right? It's okay for things to be stupid. It's okay for things to be dumb. Not everything needs to be this avant-garde, fucking like multi-layered, multifaceted fucking Rubik's Cube that you're supposed to solve, right? Like, what is the meaning to life and blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't always need to be these grandiose things. It could just be something simple like, hey, instead of saying like, oh, there needs to be like a ton of practicality in the gameplay. Like you need to reload the guns because that's realistic and blah blah blah. How about turn a shield into a chainsaw and have it throw it around like a Captain America's fucking shield. Fuck it. Like that's awesome. That's cool, right? Who gives a fuck, right? It's supposed to be dumb fun, right? Things don't need to be this super layered multi-fat. It's cool that it's cool when games are. It's cool when games are. I'm not saying those are bad things, but it's okay for things to be dumb. I think it's perfectly okay for things to be dumb.
Vibe of the Doomslayer character as a whole, he has weapons that can rip through time and space and can punch through a demon's armored chest like it's a children's paper mache art project, but can't bust through 3 planks of wood.
Yeah, because it's a fucking video game, dude. Okay, just fucking grit your teeth and bear it.
Jump off a building with no issue, but can't clamber over this 4-foot ledge to get the item I need. These are examples of every video game essayist's favourite term to throw around, ludonarrative dissonance. Not you. They use these gaps to signify where the rewards might be, but do it in a way that breaks the verisimilitude of the world and believability.
He also lies about the game? Wait, what?
Of what the Doomslayer is actually capable of. By this logic, the best defense against the Slayer would be to fortify hell with a bunch of knee-high walls. And let's just say that you resound yourself to go around and hunt for these rewards. There is no challenge at all because everything is so heavily signified. You vaguely walk in the direction of the thing you want and wait to see a glowing symbol, and that will always be the answer.
Yes. Good. Zog Chow. Down my throat. Down my gullet. Please.
There is quite literally no challenge to be seen outside of combat. Fire trap timing challenges, you can simply
I mean, it's almost like it's a combat-focused game. Wow.
walk around while they're still actively spewing flames. Projectiles slowly flying towards you that can be blocked with a single button.
Like I give all my criticisms about the game and how it's like dumbed down. Well, criticism. It's not really criticism. It's just acknowledging like this is just a fact, right? The game has dumbed itself down for a broader audience, right? But there is tons of complexity to be had with the combat, right? You could just simply walk up to the pinky jockey, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? The pinky demon thing, and just shoot at it until it dies. Or you can impaler combo with it with the shield saw and the impaler, and you could just fucking annihilate it instantly, right? That is fucking satisfying. That is fucking cool. Right? Their complexity is in the combat itself, doing all the fucking combos, using your weapons to their maximum capabilities, right? You can't, like, you could just go in and blindly shoot things until they die, or you could play more efficiently. There's also the option to play more efficiently. And when you do that, it is like, whoa, there's like so many things you're juggling and shit like that, especially when you're playing on the higher difficulties. Like I said, I'm playing on the higher difficulties right now. Especially then, it is fucking cool. It's satisfying.
Unpress. Spikes protruding from the ground, static, motionless, that do nothing and can be destroyed instantly. If these things were introduced during combat as added challenges,
Wait, no, they are. Wait, what? What is he talking? They are. They are. Those spikes show up in the final boss fight, right? And they're a means for the player to get health and ammo and stuff like that in case they're low, right? But they also, if you don't shoot them down in time, they will start to become a meaningful obstacle in the fight. If you don't take these things down, they will start blasting you and shit, right?
could forgive it, but they're all explored outside of combat.
They're not. Yeah, wait, what the fuck? Have you played this game? They fucking are.
So what?
I mean, the fire traps aren't. I don't think. I mean, they'll throw you in a room, like, as you're transitioning from arena to arena, they'll throw you in a room, and they might throw like a fucking not a baron. They'll throw like a hell knight at you with these like fire pillars and shit like that. And there's also there are a couple of like trap sections where like they have the fire spewing, and you kind of have to like avoid the fire and stuff like that. I mean, very, very minor sort of like engagements, but those traps do play a part in combat, at least to some extent.
What is the point? The absolute height of mechanical challenge outside of combat would probably be the doors you need to open by utilizing.
Wait, what?
Outside of combat? So what is the point? The absolute height of mechanical challenge outside of combat would probably be the...
Okay, outside of combat. I was gonna fucking say, I'm like, what?
doors you need to open by utilizing your shield. It looks familiar, right? Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that's not. Well, I mean, he says when you say outside of combat, that's like saying the most useful part about a car outside of transversal is the tires. Like, I guess or no, not the tires, the windows. The windows are the most integral part outside of transversal. Like, sure, I guess. Like, I don't like the main. It's a combat game. It's a game that's totally structured around the combat. Like, that's okay. Yeah.
It's because it's directly ripped from God of War. Just as similar to having locked items that require you to find 3 hidden objects around the map that you have to throw your...
Again, like, directly ripped from God of War? Okay, bad thing? I'm sorry. Can you reinvent the wheel? Like, if a mechanic in a game works and is satisfying to a player, what is wrong with developers taking that, doing their own little spin, and implementing it in their own game? What the fuck is the problem with that? Even then, God of War is not the fucking one and only game to have done something like this. If anything, Metroid was the first game to really do this, was to put emphasis behind your abilities and transversing around the world. Metroid was the first fucking game to do something like this. So if anything, pay your fucking goddamn respects, motherfucker. Right? It was Metro that did it first. I think. Pretty sure.
weapon at. Someone on the team clearly loved God of War a lot, but completely missed what made these things so engaging in the first place. When you threw the Leviathan axe, it would embed itself in a mechanism to keep a contraption open. It then removed one of Kratos' most powerful weapons, and they would then introduce combat so he'd have to fight with his
This is okay. No, I kind of wish they did do this in combat, where they kind of put you in a situation where if you want this secret item, you got to throw your shield, and like this would have been so cool. And I really wish they did this. And I was in the middle of the game thinking, like, I really hope they do this at some point, because this would be like kind of like interesting. Like, how would I navigate a combat situation without one of my most integral items, my fucking shield? And I kind of wish that, like, you have to throw the shield salt, you have to activate this thing, and you have to let the shield salt spin and slowly open up the gate and stuff like that as enemies are like pouring in. Like, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. 100%. That is a missed opportunity. 1000%.
fists while the axe was inaccessible. Forced
But then again, the game is so focused around your shield because of the pairing mechanics. There are some enemies where it's just like you cannot dodge. You cannot dodge. Like, you have to pay. There are some attacks where like a Hell Knight has so much splash damage with his like overhead attack, like you have to parry it. Like, you can't just walk out of the way. It is extremely difficult to do that. You're better off just parrying it.
constraints and mechanical tests for the player to be able to progress. But in Doom, this isn't done a single time. You throw your shield, walk through the door, and then call it back to you. This might as well has been a keycard for all the complexity adds to the game. This isn't a test of strength of getting by without your most powerful weapon, but an annoyance for you to scour the environment for glowing symbols for you to bash and then move on. It's never, what do I want to do to get past this challenge? It's always, what does the game want me to do? And this extends now into combat. Just like with the players noticing how the devs have set up platforming to be clearly signposted over time, they've started to spot the tricks that
He even shows footage of Kratos not fighting without the axe. That puzzles he's talking about is only one like it in the game. He's just lying and misrepresenting it.
they use to make them feel
I play
badass
God
in
of War.
combat too. For example, your shield is by far your most powerful tool, so
It is.
players are going to upgrade it, and once this happens, you start to notice that a lot of shielded enemies that will cause your shield to bounce or explode on impact, they usually need their metal to be warmed up with gunfire for this explosion to take place, but certain variations of them will start combat with heated shields all lined up in a neat row. And once you notice
Yeah, it's just convenient armor.
this
It looks cool. Problem?
faction of chain reaction destroying 20 enemies loses its luster because you've peered behind the curtain. This
What?
wasn't something you skillfully manufactured yourself, it was set up by the developers, and the enemy
This is just so pretentious. Like, I see the problem. Yeah, no, it doesn't help that he's fucking British. But it's very like pompous. Like, oh, it is not high class for me. Oh, I need the game to be more subtle, more complicated. I want to play a game that makes me think about the meaning to life. Oh, fucking tea and crumpets, fucking waxing poetically.
are destined
Like, what if the game is made to just have dumb fun? Is that a problem? Is that an issue?
to
I don't know how that's a bad thing. What is the argument as to how that is a bad thing?
wait there indefinitely until you perform the requisite
I love
trick,
monkeys.
like the dancing monkey you are. And to top it all off,
What is wrong with the dancing monkey?
this game is probably the easiest of the bunch, and the only friction you're going to feel during game
No. Doom 1 is fucking baby shit. It's literally baby shits. Like, especially, well, the difficulty comes in being your first playthrough and playing on like a maximum difficulty. That is how you're going to suffer in classic Doom. But if you already know where everything's at and you know how to generally engage in combat, Doom is incredibly fucking easy. It is incredibly fucking easy. Right? It would be interesting to like try and speedrun it. Like I haven't played Doom, classic Doom enough times really, but I feel like it would be like a pretty decent game to like speedrun. Well, even then you're not really playing the combat at all in speedruns. But Either way, like, I don't know. I just don't get the problem.
Gameplay, mate, is your thighs rubbing together.
It's not really my thighs. Whoa, how'd you know they were rubbing together, dude?
Because each enemy has the
Wait, is that what he
only
said?
friction you're going to feel during gameplay, mate, is your thighs rubbing together. Because
How did you know? I feel out of
each enemy has the exact same attack pattern that they simply regurgitate. And early on, they give you this stake gun that can effectively give itself infinite ammo when comboed with the shield, which you're gonna do because it can stun larger enemies, instantly take out smaller packs, and explode them, as we mentioned before. And doing this empowers the upgraded stake gun, making it capable of one-shotting most enemies, meaning the majority of my run was this Van Helsing cosplay kit running stakes into demons like it was going out of fashion.
You make that sound fucking awesome, but you're like, this is a complaint. Like,
Just look at the final boss's face! Why didn't I use other weapons? Well, within a couple missions of finding this gun, I had it and the shield fully upgraded, so why would I intentionally make myself...
oh my god, it's the fucking Mayo shit again. It's the under the Mayo ultra kill video all over again. It's like, well, this strategy works for me, so I'm just going to spam it. And wow, this game is really boring. It's like, gee, yeah, I wonder why. It's probably because you're not fucking spreading your shit. You're not spreading your fucking arsenal, okay? Obviously, if you're using the same fucking gun over and over and over again, right? Obviously, the game's gonna be fucking boring. That's why it gives you many other fucking different fun little tools to play with. And if anything, there are instances in which it's more optimal to switch to your other shit. Because while the Impaler does have a shit ton of DPS, okay, like a shit ton of instant DPS and a lot of fucking DPS potential, you can't always do the shield fucking combo shit. You can't always do that. Some enemies will not let you embed your fucking shield into them. It will deflect off of them. So you have to switch to other more effective weapons in order to remove that fucking armor or kill them effectively, right?
weaker if they're both capable of such brutality. This also had a knock-on effect of making the game's secrets and rewards less, well, rewarding. Because
How?
I had nothing of consequence to upgrade with said reward.
Oh, fuck. Kill me, dude. It's literally the Mayo shit. It's literally under the Mayo. It's like, well, I went through the entirety of Ultra Kill and just used the pistol. The game kept giving me other guns to play with, and I just didn't play with them. The game was very boring and bland. Like, okay, yeah, I wonder why.
This runs counter to previous games that required
This is like saying, well, I started playing Dark Souls 1. The game gave me the broken sword, and it did damage. I'm not really sure if the other weapons did damage. I never really tried them. It just seemed like the broken sword was the most effective weapon because it was the only weapon that I knew that did damage. So I just did the whole entire game using the broken sword, and you know, I had a fucking real tough time. The game fucking sucked.
the usage of multiple weapons to get by because of how they
Doom
managed.
2016, you did not need to do this. Wait, hold on. We're glazing Doom 2016. You did not need to do this. You did not need to do this in Doom 2016. What the fuck are you talking about? The weapons were powerful enough on their fucking own, right? The super shotgun and fucking Gauss cannon is literally all you fucking could need for all the DPS necessary, right? Why are we glazing 2016 when you could literally do this in 2016?
Counter to because I had nothing of consequence to upgrade with said rewards. This runs counter to previous games that required the usage of multiple weapons
Why are you showing 20? This is just not true.
to get by because
This is literally just not true.
of how they managed ammo counts. Here, everything was doable with ease via the stick gun's infinite ammo, the shield.
Oh my god, wait, no, I just realized. The criticism. You know what the criticism is? Guys, this is the criticism. I figured it out. I unlocked it. It's not Doom Eternal. That's the criticism. That's the criticism of Dark Ages. It's not Doom Eternal.
Shield and parrying. Oh yeah, fuck, parrying. It's in so many games nowadays. I believe the catalyst for this hitting the mainstream was probably FromSoft and especially Sekiro, and this mechanic bleeding into other
I would say Bloodborne, but
genres isn't inherently a bad thing. Its inclusion can make a project come to life, like in Expedition 33's case, but why is it so prevalent?
Wait, I just fucking realized. Wait, did you have criticisms for Bloodborne? Because why would I ever not parry? Parrying is just so useful and so rewarding and it has such high damage potential that I just kept parrying all the enemies in the game. There is no other incentive to do any other thing. I can't, like, they gave me a fucking shield and it's fucking worthless. Man, this game fucking sucks. Is that the criticism for Bloodborne, I wonder?
Well, apart from them being player-driven and rewarding in their own right, the windows in which parries are available are so nebulous and invisible to players, it makes them exceptionally easy to adjust on the fly to create exciting moments that feel earned purely through skill, but in fact are manufactured by the developers. You have the player learn the mechanic and slowly introduce harder and harder parry timings as they progress through the game. Then in pivotal boss fights, you can adjust the timings of their flurry attacks to make it a lot easier for players to deflect them, but in their minds feel if it's their skill that's led to this outcome. This all being done invisibly by handling the parry timings and juxtaposing them against their harder inclusions prior in the game. Doom has parries, a lot of them in fact. It's probably the core mechanic of the game. And don't get me wrong, it's probably its best aspect, but just like with its platforming, it doesn't quite understand what makes parrying engaging. First of all, it's way too easy, not just with its base window.
You could tweak it. If you felt like it was too easy, you could change that.
But also you can parry things when they're apparently off the screen, so your timing and even your position.
Why is this the main criticism for all these fucking people? It's like this. It's way too easy to do this thing. Okay, tweak it. If it's genuinely souring your experience with the game, tweak it. What you are given, the devs gave you the option. They gave you the option literally so you don't have to suffer through the game, okay? If you think it's too easy and it's ruining your experience, tweak it. What the fuck is the problem?
Seemingly don't matter at all. To have the core manufactured moments we just discussed, you need to have areas where
the game didn't come out exactly how I wanted it to be. And I know the game is giving me the option to change that to suit my preference, and I'm not doing it, and it's the game's fault.
Player fails, and I never failed in Doom the Dark Ages. All enemies do
God Gamer.
the same exact parable attack pattern.
He is the gamer. It's him, the gamer. He's just so good at video games. He never died a single time.
And throughout the game's entire runtime, which is all well and good if you have a vast enemy variety, but regardless of whether you're storming a medieval castle, in the pits of hell, in an eldritch nightmare realm, or inside the stomach of an old god, you'll be seeing the same suite of enemies over and over and over again.
This is literally with classic Doom. Like you're fighting the same.
And doing the exact same attacks. And combo this with being able to one-shot most of them, and this takes combat from being a frantic fight for your life, like in previous games, to a.
I just don't understand. Like these people. This is just tourists. It's just fucking tourists, right? It's just the things that you are saying about this game literally apply to classic Doom, but you just glazed the classic Doom. You literally just applauded and glazed the ever-loving fuck out of classic Doom. It's the same fucking thing.
Slog that I barely needed to pay attention to. Mainly because there are no consequences. Most games that have...
It just sounds like you just wanted to play an RPG. Go play an RPG. Like, if you don't like first-person action games, don't play first-person. Go play RPGs. Like, I don't
an emphasis on Parry.
That's an entirely different game genre. Yeah. While these demos all from the old games still here, yeah.
Will include unparryable attacks mixed in to force the players to pay attention and reset their rhythm. But there's nothing of the sort.
Wait, what?
No consequences. Most games that have an emphasis on parrying will include unparryable attacks mixed in to force the players to pay attention and reset their rhythm. But there's nothing of the sort here.
There are the red projectiles you cannot parry. You have to dodge them. The purple ones, you especially can't dodge them, and they're very wide, so you have to actually walk around them. You're forced to walk around them. You can't just... No, actually, no, the purple ones you can't block. The purple ones you can't block because they will instantly break your shield. You have to walk around them. So... there you go. Are we going to talk about that?
Unless you count the red attacks, but even if you try to parry a red attack rather than the correct green ones, your shield will still block it, so...
You can't block the purple ones. I mean, granted, there's not enough variation, right? I'll grant that. Well, also, you can't just block the red projectiles because your shield has health, okay? You kind of have to, like, you can't just spam the block button, right, every time you see red, okay? Sometimes you have to weave around the enemy projectiles, which is what the devs wanted you to do.
You can just spam the button and everything will be fine. I will say this though, the only time the game felt remotely challenging was during the final boss fight. Literally, take the gloves off and show you what the game could be if they had doubled down on this parry mechanic. Relentlessly parrying his onslaughts is the kind of parry porn I want to see, but barely any of the game has this level of depth. Now, full disclosure, I played on the game
Because it's the final boss?
as normal difficulty, as I always do, to see what the
Like, obviously the boss isn't gonna, like, have the same health pool as, like, a fodder enemy?
developers consider a reasonable amount of challenge for the average player, and honestly,
Or like, at least the attack intensity of a fodder enemy? Or just a heavy class demon?
I don't know if they thought their target demographic was literally brain dead.
Yes! Yes! If you like Doom games, you are a fucking violent monkey that just likes explosions and death. That is the whole point.
But this combat in
That is literally the whole fucking point of the game. Is just go ape mode and kill demon. Have fun.
combination
Stupid. Don't need to think about it.
with its puzzles and navigation hand-holding, I honestly felt kind of insulted playing this game.
Oh my fucking god, of course you fucking did.
Like it was designed for children, but in reality it's a mature 17-plus bloodbath. Now, as a dev myself, I know they would have
Oh, I need something a little bit more educational.
relentlessly tested this game with a wide variety of gamers to find the median of challenge needed to make for a compelling difficulty, but this just
This is like the South Park like fart huffing cliff. Is just like, I need something more intelligent.
feels like they went a
It's fucking Doom. Like this is lit. Ironic. I keep repeating it because this is just the go-to like instant defense of this game. Is like it's Doom. Like it's always been like this.
step too far.
And sure, you could say that's a problem, but then you would have to criticize the entire franchise, which you did not do. You glazed the previous games,
The question is, does it feel better to
which play very similarly to this.
require competent players to move the
Similarly, in terms of just like, you know, it's more focused around satisfaction and having fun and being stupid, not having to think much about it.
difficulty slider up as they find the game too easy, or does it feel worse for the casual players to bump the difficulty down because they found it too hard? Now, that's not an easy question to answer, and I think the dev team chose what they thought would work best for a wider market, and you can't really blame them for that. All of this
Okay.
being said, the parry mechanic is honestly the next evolution this franchise needed. I just wish more time was spent going hard on this idea and making
I mean, well, okay, that's a fair comment.
it fully
I do. And I mocked him for fucking being like, oh, I want it to be more complicated. But like, no, some part of me does wish is like, yeah, I kind of wish it was a bit more complicated. Like the combat was a bit more complex. Because I mean, Eternal is genuinely like really good. Because you're put in a position where you basically have to combo your weapons together. And there's just so much management going on. You have to manage your health, ammo, fucking armor, and you have to constantly juggle these things while also having to dodge projectiles and also take out necessary targets, right? Because if you let certain demons live longer than others, they're going to be a fucking huge problem, right? Like there's a lot of things going on with Eternal, and then this is just, it's a return to form. It's dumb fun. It's supposed to be like classic, you know? Watch it in it. Yeah, we could watch it in person.
fledged mechanical journey. The same can be said for its platforming and its newest inclusions with mechs and dragons. Now, I don't know how they managed it. Well, I do. But they somehow managed to take something that is inherently badass, like piloting a mech or riding a cyborg dragon, and made boring filler missions out of them. Fighting inside the mech has the same issue a lot of games have, where it just feels as if you're playing the same exact character fighting the same exact enemies, but biglier. Well, it's a word, shut up. Combat is a two-button combo. Punch and dodge until you can perform a finisher. It's also plagued with the same
I mean, I'm just gonna repeat myself. Like it's see the last 5 minutes.
baby's first parry syndrome too. You can be pinned up against a wall by multiple giant demons and press a single button while their weapon is in a different postcode and still dodge successfully, meaning you are basically untouchable. Which is odd because they go to such a huge effort to try and make these giant demons feel foreboding and badass, but once you get a single moment to 1v1 them, that illusion is completely shattered. There's no Worf moment here, where one of them defeats a powerful ally with ease to show us how strong they are, so that when we do fight them in a mech, we can understand its power. The only time they attempt to do this, it's immediately followed up by us shooting its dick off via a turret. Because of this, all of the mech levels honestly feel like you're slowly walking around a medieval model village, punching the staff for asking you to pay for a picture of you and the dog on the log flumes. Now, for the dragon riding, they slowly introduce
I don't know. I don't know what any of that is. Just a lot of British words.
parrying and dodging mechanics alongside its new mode of traversal, and just like with the mechs, I thought the level's simplicity might be because the game would expand upon these mechanics later on, but nah, the same Simon Says waiting game with the same animations and same enemies over and over and over again.
It only happens like 2 fucking times. Like you say this like every mission. It just has this, and it's just like not really. No, like there's only 2 dragon stages and 2 mech stages basically.
For the majority of the dragon-based missions, which isn't many by the way,
It's literally 2.
you're barely riding the dragon at all. It's more like a taxi with miniguns attached to it. Now that I say that, this sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. Wow.
But in reality, all of this hopping on and off of the dragon to do the same task repeatedly
It's almost like rule of cool. Hey, let's just make the player do this because it looks cool.
really draws attention to that asset reuse.
Yeah, probably.
These
Yeah.
badass moments like diving through the air to be caught by your dragon at the last second are awesome the first time you see it, but mind-boggling that this dragon has such a great sense of timing the 5th time this happens in the same mission.
What? I mean, I guess, yeah, they could have added like 30 other falling animations that might have spiced it up a little bit. I don't think that's necessary.
should feel cool feels like repeated cheap imitations of better works.
Bullshit. Derivative.
I will say that there's something
Oh, Katana Zero. I'm like, where the fuck have I heard this before? It's Katana Zero. I love Katana Zero.
commendable about a game trying to unify a bunch of different mechanics and gameplay modes under one umbrella. And Beyond Good and Evil, my favorite game of all time, does this. It's successful in some areas and falls flat on its fucking face in others, but at least they experimented and tried. But the difference between Doom the Dark Ages and Beyond Good and Evil is that the latter's exploration of crazy mechanics is also used to make us care about its characters more. Doom doesn't have any of that subtlety, and I don't expect it to. It's fucking Doom.
Oh my god. How did you make this video and like acknowledge this? How the fuck did you make this video and acknowledge this? Like, you're yeah, it's like, what are you complaining about? What the fuck are you complaining about? Like, oh, I kind of wish it was more complicated, but it's fucking Doom. It's just dumb fun. I'm like, wow, that's almost like that's the point.
But
Dude, Doom Eternal literally destroyed these fucking people's brains. It's just like Doom Eternal was just such a massive step up in terms of complexity that a step down feels like you're just falling off a fucking cliff to these people. It's just like, no, it's dumb fun. It's not supposed to be huge. It's not supposed to be big.
they also have a narrative that seems to take itself too seriously, so when you put the silent
It's like over the top. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
protagonist meet
Wait, it takes itself too seriously. I don't think it does. I think it obviously doesn't take itself seriously, right? Like the lore itself, the background, all that stuff, all of that's serious. All that's serious. Obviously, the world building is serious, right? But the actual story itself, no, it's not.
have a narrative that seems to take itself too seriously, so when you put the silent protagonist meat grinder that is the Doomslayer in those situations, things just feel off. All of the plot seems to happen around him and not to him. 90% of
I mean, that's what a power tripping game like Doom does.
it happens through cutscenes where he's not even present, so the plot then has to be explained to him again through more cutscenes.
This is my the exposition is terrible. But it's just
He has
that's a
mostly no clue why he's doing the things that he's doing, which was fine in the earlier games where the minimal context was part of the setup for its jokes, but here they attach an overarching serious storyline. He ascends towers and delves into the darkest depths of hell, wading through seas of demons to walk into a cutscene, watch the plot happen around him, and then have it leap through a portal with no more context leaving the situation than he did coming in. And what is most baffling to me is the fact that the Doomslayer narratively fails at nearly everything he attempts to do. You can spend the entire time barely getting touched, parrying everything hell can throw at you.
Well, how fun would the story be if he just killed the demon prince as soon as he saw him? Like, obviously there's gonna be some fucking, not Machiavellian, what the fuck is it called? What is the terminology? It's the fiction terminology. It's a divine intervention or whatever, I think. Intervention, fucking narrative tool. The fuck is it called? It's not. It's technically Deus Ex Machina. Yeah, it's like yeah. Obviously, there's gonna be some Deus Ex Machina for the bad guys, right? Because it's fucking Doom guy. It's this Doom Slayer. He's supposed to be this godlike fucking entity. He's supposed to be this deliberately over the top God Slayer. Like, it would not be fun, or it would not be it would be kind of lame if he just killed the demon prince like that. Like, it would not be compelling.
But get chunked off a ledge in a cutscene or stabbed or killed for your efforts. The only time he succeeds is when he goes berserker rage
Wait, is it showing up on the screen? Fuck, it's not.
mode because the big bad killed his Uber Eats delivery dragon.
Fucking spoiler, dude. Okay, this was actually my favorite part. What the fuck? You hated this part? Because it's a reference to Daisy. It's like, oh, you killed his pet? You killed his fucking pet? Now you fucked up, motherfucker. That's like, how did you not get hype at that moment?
That we saw for 2.1 missions, which is less than 10% of the total missions in the game.
You could see his face. Like, how did you not get hype?
The narrative.
You could, like, wait. He's like, oh, Doom guy is just so dumb and unimportant and awkward guy. And it's like, you could literally see, it's like, you killed his fucking pet, bro. You do not kill his fucking pet. Like, this is not...
Combat and puzzle platforming felt like an insult to the player's intelligence, and I truly just wish this game concentrated more on what made Doom Doom.
You have no idea what you just said. You literally have no fucking clue what the hell you just said. You have no idea.
The most fun I had with this entire game was with the level Sentinel Command Station, which felt like a traditional level. It was about collecting keys, running and gunning. I just wish they focused on iteration of those ideas rather than the addition of new ones, because when you're swarmed by demons and have to improvise a way to survive, it feels like Doom again. But when I'm kicking boxes, taking a taxi, or punching biglier boys, I can't help but feel like someone higher up on the
Broke
team.
people's brains. I mean, it's Eternal broke people's brains, because Eternal was such a massive step up. Eternal was a skill check. Like, if you could not get past the first level, I would say the biggest skill check is definitely the Marauder. If you can't get past the Marauder, you're fucked. But the tutorial level is meant to show you, like, this game can get real hard real fucking fast, and if you can't fucking beat this, then this game is just not for you, right? It's a massive skill check. Well, it really depends on the difficulty, I guess, but either way.
To make it
like Eternal was just so everything about Eternal was just so complicated, aside from like the levels, the levels themselves. Like the combat was just so complex that like any step down felt like just falling off a mountain.
different game entirely and was told to slap the Doom IP on it. But what do you think? I totally understand that my opinions on this game are probably going to be a tad divisive, but before you go calling me a tit in the comments, why? Not why am I a tit, I know that, but why did Doom the Dark Ages resonate with you? I'm genuinely curious.
I mean, it didn't resonate. I mean, I play it and I have fun, right? That's all that it really needed to be. It's fucking Doom, okay? It doesn't need to change my life. And I've had games that genuinely have changed my life. Like Hyper Light Drifter is a great example. That really changed my outlook about like life in general, like, or at least pushed me in a direction to change my life, or change the way I look at life in general. You know, I became less afraid of like dying, which sounds like crazy. Like, I mean, well, obviously it's like I want to avoid dying. I'm not gonna be like a thrill seeker or anything like that. I'm not looking forward to dying, but it's just that it made me much less afraid of that. And I do appreciate experiences like that, but sometimes it's okay for games to be dumb. It's okay for games to be stupid. Hey, it's just like a fun thing to play on the side. Whatever. Like, let's get into food. What life? Oh, true.
and there are no wrong answers. And let us know down below. Because
I mean, at least he's open to criticism. What kind of things are people saying? Doom thinks you're stupid. Yeah, so do my parents. Doom isn't special. Make you feel by the horde of a person for it's a trade-off. 20 years straight, it smells like a designer finally giving up after months of playtesting failures. You're going, okay. I mean, it seems like most people are just agreeing with him. Yeah, I mean, I guess these are his fans and shit. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, I mean, it's like I said. Wait, did I say this during when I was watching this video, or was I watching fucking whatchamacallit? Synthetic Man. Like, it is perfectly fine to be dumb. Like, you don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You don't need to be constantly stimulated with the most educational, with the most intellectually fucking masturbatory things. It's perfectly fine for things to be dumb. That is fine. There is nothing wrong with that. Now, if it's just super one note, like obviously it's not going to be that entertaining. But some things are just like, wow, bright, flashy colors in my face and loud, crunchy noises. That's fun. That's cool. That's appealing. That's pleasing to the eyes. It's pleasing to the ears, right? Like, cool. It's cool, fun, dumb, fun, big bang, flash noises, bam, kill zombie, fucking whatever. Like, it's not supposed to be like a huge thing. I just wish I wouldn't have to deal with retards. I mean, like, he's fair to feel the way that he feels, but it's just like, I feel like people just overvalue like super complex things, right? Like, it really doesn't need to be this giant thing. It really doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be the next groundbreaking FPS ever. Maybe it's okay to just be a dumb little fucking fun shooter that you play and like have fun with. I need to fucking piss.